30.
The Arclimist steps up to help our East Coast neighbors recover from Hurricane Florence. And police have the name of the man found dead in Bayou Désiré. Plus, help finally coming for folks who face some of the worst flooding in spring and summer 2 years ago. Thank you for choosing Fox 14. I'm Sarah Scarlett. First on Fox, Hurricane Florence is taking aim at the East Coast. And when it hits, it could be a Category 4 or a Category 5 storm. High winds, flooding, and storm surge are expected. Thousands of people are currently evacuating the Carolina coastline to get out of harm's way. Jeff Patterson joins us live from Wrightsville Beach to tell us how they're preparing. Jeff?
Well, yes, people are taking this storm very seriously, as they should be, because it has the potential to be a killer storm. We've seen businesses like this boarded up, homes boarded up on the barrier island where we're standing. And we talked to people this morning who are doing last-minute preparations to get ready for Florence. At the Home Depot in Wilmington, North Carolina, a line of people stood outside waiting to get in, hoping to buy last-minute supplies to prepare for Hurricane Florence. The store was scheduled to close at 10 a.m., but elected to stay open to help people in their community.
The store was closed, but they were giving out 5 free sheets of plywood per family. Free. Free. You didn't have to pay. Free. And they were even helping you load them to your cars.
Julia Castellano and her family came by to pick up plywood to board up their home.
They're letting 5 people at a time go inside, and there's generators set up at the front and plywood in a certain area, and that's kind of like what they have.
They loaded up the plywood, but wind isn't their biggest concern.
Mostly flooding more than anything, because I know the winds are going to be hard and all, but at least we have plywood for that. We can't really avoid flooding, so we're definitely not going to stay where we live in that house.
On Wrightsville Beach, people are boarding up and leaving. The barrier island may get a high storm surge. People are leaving here. But some people we spoke with today are planning to stay in the area and will ride out Florence.
Right now we're planning on staying. We're just keeping an eye on the weather and kind of reevaluating as we go. I feel like we have a little bit of time to change our minds.
Normally on a night like tonight, this beautiful restaurant behind us would be packed. The beach would have been packed today. Obviously, today it wasn't. As people out here are getting ready for Florence, they're just hoping, the people who live in this community are just hoping that when this storm passes, this is all here when they come back. Reporting live from Wrightsville Beach, I'm Jeff Patterson. Back to you.
Thanks, Jeff. As we just heard, Hurricane Florence is on track to wreak havoc on the Carolina coast, and hundreds of first responders and disaster relief crews are heading to help. Fox 14's Bria Jones caught up with the Region 8 task force team and energy crews that are ready to jump in. Bria?
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. More than 50 emergency response personnel left Ouachita Parish this morning. The Region 8 task force consists of 16 firefighters from the Monroe, West Monroe, and Ouachita Parish fire departments. They're heading to Columbia, South Carolina. The group is scheduled for a week-long deployment to help with search and rescue. Energy is sending 40 workers from the Monroe region to Raleigh, North Carolina to restore power lines. Both groups say they are ready to brave Hurricane Florence and lend a helping hand.
We'll be actually conducting house-to-house search, especially in areas that we know reported people are at, and possibly evacuating them if they have not already been evacuated.
In times of need, other utilities can ask for help, and we'll send our workers to help them restore power, to help that community recover and restore the electricity for their customers too.
At 9, hear from Monroe Fire as they recall when other agencies came here to assist in the devastating March 2016 floods. In the studio, Bria Jones, Fox 14 News.
Thanks, Bria. On the crime beat, 7 inmates escaped in Madison Parish. 3 are back under arrest, but the search for the other 4 continues. Fox 14's Randy Ayala is live in Madison Parish with the breaking details. Randy?
Sarah, we now know that 3 of those 7 inmates are back in custody after being found in a wooded area north of I-20. Take a look at your screen. Police are still looking for these 4 men, Earl Hollins, Joshua Lewis, DeVario Turner, and Ladarius Rogers. Authorities tell us all 7 escaped around 11 a.m. this morning after scaling one of the prison's fences. State police along with multiple other agencies, are in Madison Parish right now assisting with the search. Madison Elementary and High School were on lockdown until 20 minutes ago. Students are just starting to be released. Some more are being released right now. Authorities say the search for the remaining escapees could continue into the night.
We're doing the best we can. We have a helicopter coming with night vision capabilities, so we're going to do everything possible to catch these people tonight. If not, once the pictures are out there, please don't answer the door after dark for anybody that you don't know. You know, just normal stuff.
Police say these men should be considered dangerous. If you see any suspicious activity, they urge you to call 911. That's the latest from Madison Parish. We'll keep you updated as more information becomes available. Reporting live, Randy Ayala, Fox 14 News.
Thanks, Randy. Monroe police have identified the body that was pulled from Bayou Desert yesterday. The man has been identified as 36-year-old Chastity Conway. Authorities got a call about something suspicious close to the 3700 block of Deborah Drive. When they went out to check, they discovered Conway's body. Details on what happened leading up to his death and how he ended up in the bayou are not known. Conway's body has been sent to Little Rock for autopsy, and the investigation is ongoing. We'll continue to give you updates as we get them on our newscast and on myarklamas.com. Clarissa Hector appeared in the Ouachita Parish Courthouse this morning. The Twin Cities mother charged with killing her own daughter was set to receive her sentencing. After an agreement between her lawyers and Judge Larry D. Jefferson, she's rescheduled to appear in court October 16th. According to court documents, Hector and Russell Flowers told investigators that Hector's 5-year-old daughter died from drowning, but autopsy revealed the girl was killed by blunt force trauma. Hector and Flowers were both originally charged with second-degree murder. Flowers pled guilty in May to negligent homicide, and he'll be sentenced at a later date. River Oaks School lost its field trip to Baton Rouge after its bus crashed this morning. Our partners at the News Star report that a Mayo Tours bus had gotten as far as Winsboro when it got involved in a 3-vehicle wreck. The bus was damaged, but luckily no students were injured. School officials say Mayo Tours sent another bus to pick up the students and take them back to Monroe. Good news for some residents of South Monroe that frequently see floodwaters in places that they aren't supposed to be. Liberta Street in South Monroe is one of many streets that sees flooding during times of heavy rain. The city is planning on restoring the current canal infrastructure for future flooding events.
So I'm really excited once again that the city is coming together and has put together an infrastructure project that's going to address the flooding in that particular area.
Coming up at 9, Fox 14's Brian Briggs shows us the current conditions of the canal and what it means for other areas of Monroe that often see flooding. Health checkups for children can be a time-consuming ordeal, and medical school can be challenging to students. One local school system has incorporated a new medical program, changing both of those aspects. Fox 14's Lance Johnson joins us in the media control room after visiting the school to hear about the medical program. Lance?
Sarah, Carroll Junior and Senior High School is incorporating the Medical Magnet program into their curriculum, and school leaders say their students are getting the ultimate health care package. Physical and mental health checkups are available by primary health services that will be located on campus. A school board member says this is one of the 2 benefits and is the most vital thing to a child in school.
They're bringing in other things like psychological evaluation, dental, things of that nature. Is going to be really, really important because, if a kid doesn't have a good health, they can't function in class.
School board officials say the Medical Magnet course trains their interested students in both behavioral and physical health for jobs right after school. Coming up at 9, I talked to the CEO of Primary Health Services, hear what she has to say, and find out what other things can be expected with the new medical program. In the media control room, Lance Johnson, Fox 14 News.
Thanks, Lance. Coming up on Fox 14, stunning new iPhones and staggering new prices. How the trade war could drive them higher. We'll have the latest from Washington.